Hi there, my name's Seffy and I'm a learning consultant here at Brightwave. So you've probably heard about the new EU data privacy laws that are going to come into effect in just under a year's time. And there's no doubt that GDPR is really going to shake things up. It's going to redefine what we mean by personal data. So for the first time, it's going to include things like IP addresses, biometrics, social media postings, so all sorts of things like that. It'll give us as individuals more rights around our own information, accessing that, finding out what's held about us, and even the right to get rid of it altogether. And for businesses, the stakes are high. There are some pretty hefty punishments if you're not compliant. Okay, so some of you might have switched off as soon as I said the word compliant. It's not generally something that fills us with great excitement, but I do think that GDPR is going to bring us some really interesting opportunities around how we interpret that, how we use the laws to be transparent and open about how we collect and share data, and give us a real opportunity to build trust with our clients and partners and ultimately our end users. If you forget about the compliance angle for a moment and flip it back around to thinking about your end customer, or end user, then it starts getting interesting. One of the core concepts behind the new legislation is privacy by design and privacy by default. Now, we've spent recent years including more and more live data in our solutions, perhaps as a way of personalising learning experiences, including gamified elements, scoreboards, social polling, that kind of thing. So as designers, this is going to give us a real challenge around how we collect and use that data. So let's think about something like a pre-joining portal for new starts, for instance. Supposing we set people up with access to a site where they can find out about their new employer, they can take part in games, social polls, other activities where they can earn points, perhaps there's a leaderboard. Perhaps there's a community feature where they can upload their photo, get to know their new colleagues and start swapping stories. What happens when that employee leaves the company? What happens if they never even started? What happens to all of that data that is now there in the system? So perhaps rather than removing it altogether, we can carry out something called pseudonymization, assuming you can say it. And that's where you can mask the data so that it's anonymous, it's safe, but it can still be used to contribute to that solution. And what if that individual doesn't give their consent for the data to be used in the first place? What if they actively opt out? How can we still give them a meaningful learning experience? So there's plenty to think about, and this is where shifting our thinking to data privacy by design or by default will help us design solutions where data privacy is baked in from the start, and ultimately the end user experience is improved. So this will mean mapping out all the points on a learner journey where data is gathered. We'll need to work out where it's held, how it's being shared, who can access it. We'll need to make sure that the learner's made aware of how that data is going to be used and that they're asked for their direct consent before it's gathered. And we'll need to give them a channel to request their data or ask for it to be removed. Now, these are things that we would have considered before, but perhaps as an afterthought. So getting them right from the start is a really good opportunity to reassure our clients and our end learners that we respect and we care about their data privacy. So GDPR is more than a box-ticking exercise. Above all else, it's a way of assuring your customers and partners that you value their data privacy. And by building their trust, you can build your business. So that's the concept. And putting it into practice will involve some hard work. You're going to need to raise awareness with your staff and carry out detailed training around how you put those policies into action, when and how you delete data, how you ask for consent, and how you respond to information access requests. This will be unique to every business, and that's where we can design a bespoke learning solution to help. That's what we do, and we're really excited by the opportunities that GDPR is going to bring to rethinking personal data. If you are too, and you'd like to talk to me or another of our experts about some of the things you've seen in this video or how we can help you, then please do get in touch.